Today is Monday, February 13th, 2017, and today I'm going to talk about the Grammys. Yes, I am going to do a Grammys recap here. Now, some of you may be kind of thrown off by that. Why would you do a Grammys recap? How could you watch that? How is it related to politics? Well, I'll explain. Now, first, the reason why I watch the Grammys is the same reason why I watch MTV Decoded, stuff like that with Francesca Ramsey, and etc. I want to see what the so-called other side is doing. I want to see how the extremists on the left are depicting the right. And I want to be able to present a counter narrative, of course, because some people are going to be, looking on YouTube for reaction videos and whatnot. Now, I want to give my 2 cents rather than it being an echo chamber, which is basically what the Grammys is all about. So that's basically why I watched it, how I was able to watch it, and why I'm talking about it right now, to give a counter narrative to a lot of the political points that were made during the actual show. Now, there were a few points I wanted to cover, but before I get into the negative part of it, I just want to give a big shout out to Joy Villa. Now, her dress made the rounds all over the internet, and it was really something to be seen. It was really a great sight to see her wear this dress, and she was able to kind of sneak that dress onto the red carpet, because she had on this white outfit that was able to be detached and removed quickly. And then up under that, you saw Make America Great Again dress. It had Make America Great Again on the front, and then on the back it had Trump, like on the train of the dress, so to speak, or on the floor of the dress, whatever you want to call it. And of course, I will have pictures on the screen before you of the actual dress. It was a great dress. She looked great in it, but I digress. I appreciated what she did. Now, of course, there will be haters. There will be the detractors that say, oh, she was doing it for publicity. She's really not a Trump supporter. This, that, and the third. She was pranking you. I don't really care one way or the other. First of all, about publicity. Of course, about publicity. This person is somebody that we don't know. She's a singer, by the way. Nobody really knew who she was before she did this. And when she did that, her sales on iTunes jumped by like 18 million%. Something crazy, man. Shout out to Josh for giving me that stat on Facebook. Crazy stat, because she got a lot of people that supported her due to her bravery. Even if it was a joke, even if she is a troll, even if she's not a Trump supporter, I don't particularly care, because she still went out and put that dress on. It was very brave for her to do that. An extremely liberal extremist place like LA, Hollywood, etc. They're in a Staples Center right there in the heart and the belly of the beast. So for her to do that was very, very brave and very risky. It's almost like if you want to pull a prank on the Pentagon by, calling them and saying there's a bomb in the building. That's not a prank you're really going to be able to get away with. And it's kind of the equivalent here with her dress. So, but there's no evidence of it being a prank or anything like that. She had a post on Instagram, and I'll post that actual link in the box below, where she was talking about her dress is all about love, because she had this heart in her hand with a peace symbol on it. That was the whole purpose of what she did, according to her. Now, I don't know if she's lying or telling the truth or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I say, she still wore the dress, and it still made a great statement. And just like if somebody says that they don't like Trump, but they go and vote for him, it's like, okay, you can hate Trump all you want to, but you still voted for him. Thank you. We appreciate it. I don't hate you because I disagree with your political views, or if you hate Trump or anything like that. At the end of the day, if you do something that's positive and that can help us over here on the right, then more power to you. Just the same way that Donald Trump was able to get people from all walks of life to vote for him. Because in reality, only about 30% of the nation thereabout is conservative, 30 more is liberal, and the rest are pretty much in the center, not really political, kind of agnostic towards the whole situation, etc. So in order for Trump to win, we had to get a lot of those other people that are not necessarily on the right. They're not conservative, that don't identify as conservative or on the right. You see? So shout out to all the liberals that voted for Trump. Shout out to all the people that are in the center. They're not really political. They voted for Trump. And shout out to Joy Villa for wearing this dress, regardless of what political affiliation, personal views. I don't care. She still did it, and I thank her for that. Now, on to some of the more strange moments of the actual of the so-called award show here. Now, you had a few kind of weird moments. The guy, I forget the guy's name. I think his name is James Corbin. I don't know his real name, but the host, he has like a late night talk show, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's on CBS, and I'm pretty sure that's where the actual Grammys was being shown on CBS, and it was kind of a strange moment where he took his pants off. Some other ones took their pants off. It was really weird. It was a lot of virtue signaling. It was not that many political things that were actually said until a performance, which I'll get to a little bit later. You had Paris Jackson, who is the daughter of Michael Jackson, allegedly, and she said something about hashtag no dapple, I guess, to protest the Dakota Access Pipeline. That was kind of a political moment, but it wasn't really anything. It was not too much of that during the actual show, actually. It was not a whole lot of that. But we got a little bit later in the show, and then you saw this real big political moment. And that's when a Tribe Called Quest brought out Busta Rhymes, and then they called Donald Trump President Agent Orange. And then they kicked down a bunch of bricks they had that were like on the stage. I guess they were like foam bricks. I guess that like kind of like represents the wall. And then they ushered in a bunch of people that come from the audience that had all different kind of walks of life. People had on a hijab. You had black people, Hispanics, etc. And then they performed this song, You Must Go. And they were talking about all the Hispanics, you must go, all the black folks, you must go. Like, as saying that's what Trump wants to do, to basically, you know, deport all people that are here legally because of what their race is. Even though people that are sane, people that have a brain, people that read, people that are not brainwashed by the mainstream media, well, no, that's just simply not true. If you're here illegally, it doesn't matter what color you are, you got to bounce. That's basically what that is. But they took it to be on some racist stuff. And then, of course, Busta Rhymes want to speak out against the whole Muslim ban. But why are you speaking out against a Muslim ban? What's that got to do with you? I mean, what's that got to do with you? Do you think that these people that come over here that may be part of the Muslim ban are going to stand out and fight for you? For the most part, they're not. And the reality is, let's talk about some of the places where they have so-called banned travel from. Now, you got a country like Sudan. Why are you worried about Sudan? Ain't no black folks in Sudan for the most part. The black folks in Sudan live in South Sudan, which is a new country. You want to talk about you must go. You want to talk about people being kicked out of their country. How about the Arabs in regular Sudan who kicked out the black folks in Sudan and made them move to South Sudan in 2011? I guess they said, I guess the Arabs said to the blacks, you must go, get out of our country. We'll keep all the resources and whatnot in Sudan proper. You move to the South where you belong. Arabs in the North, blacks in the South. But don't nobody want to talk about that. You want to talk about how Trump banned travel, this, that, and the third. And you want to call it a Muslim ban. Meanwhile, there are a bunch of other countries that he did not ban. People want to say, oh, he did not ban countries where he had businesses at. What about the other ones where he did not ban, where he did not have business? You know, I mean, they don't bring that part up. Like Indonesia, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. I mean, is there a Trump Tower in Indonesia? You see, it's just people just want to, you know, focus on things that fit their narrative. They want to say, oh, Trump didn't ban Saudi Arabia because he had businesses there. Well, what about Indonesia? Like I say, I mean, it's just really silly. That was the whole big virtue signal part of the whole show right there. That performance was basically it, which I was kind of surprised that it wasn't a lot more. I was surprised we didn't get a lot more speeches like that. I mean, there were a few kind of things that happened during the show that were kind of SJW-ish, but that was really blatant. The commercials I saw, it was one commercial, I think it was an Adidas commercial featuring LeBron James, and they kind of hinted towards not being for Trump, etc. You know, their whole thing is about race. It's like, it's not about race. It's about, yo, if you want to come to this country, come legally. People want to make it be about this thing of, you know, not wanting certain races to come here, but it's not like that. It's like, if you come legally, it's all good. Just come legally, won't be any problems. So towards the end of the show, you had Adele, and she won, I guess that was best album of the year or best song. I don't know. I think it was best album of the year. And she took the Grammy and broke it on stage because she thought Beyonce should have got it instead. And she said something about Beyonce making her feel uncomfortable around her black friends, something really weird and virtue signaling. But see, her breaking that Grammy on stage kind of did a few things. The thing I got from that was kind of like what W. Kamau Bell, a so-called comedian, had wrote in a think piece on CNN back during the Olympics, talking about how Michael Phelps should give up his flag bearing role to Ibtihaj Muhammad. Now, of course, Michael Phelps, he's a world-class swimmer, highly decorated Olympian, many gold medals, the most in history, if I'm not mistaken. he should have given up his role to Ibtihaj Muhammad, who is a black woman Muslim who's a fencer, not a very well-known person. And his rationale behind that was, well, basically whites win a lot already, so just give up some of your privilege, and give it to somebody else that's, you know, that's needy and deserving. You know, I won't even get into the whole thing about how that makes white people just look like they're superior to everybody, and blacks like they're just weak and need the assistance of white people to do everything for them. But I digress. I won't even go there. My whole point is that what Adele did was kind of along those lines, and it's whack. So it wasn't too much more than that. You know, I say shout out to Joy Villa. That was my highlight of the night. I definitely appreciated that dress. She looked great wearing it. It was a great message. It doesn't matter if she's a Trump supporter or not. I still appreciated what she did. And I implore everybody that appreciated that to go out there and support her. I will have links in the box below. That's pretty much all I got. You know, CeeLo had a crazy outfit, but that's pretty much it. I was kind of surprised that the Grammys did not go as far as I could have gone with the SJW stuff. I think that performance with Tribe Called Quest and Busta Rhymes was really like, it pretty much had all the stuff they probably could have done over the show in one very politically charged and very dangerous kind of performance. But that's pretty much all I got. What do you think? Do you think that the Grammy Awards are an outdated thing, that they should just pretty much go away? Did you think that there was a lot of virtue signaling? Did you watch the Grammy Awards? Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the performances, the music, etc.? Whatever your comments are, let me know in the comments below. That's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.